Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members. Senate Bill 13 by Senator Paxton addresses the issue of sexually explicit content in school libraries by providing increased structure and transparency to the processes and standards for school library book acquisition and review policies to ensure that school library collections are appropriate for their campuses based upon developmental suitability for those grade levels and on community values. Senate Bill 13 accomplishes these goals using a multifaceted approach. Senate Bill 13 holds school libraries to the same standards our nation already recognizes for protecting children from inappropriate content. The Supreme Court has upheld the Federal Communications Commission standards for the regulation of content that may air between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., the hours in which children may reasonably be in the audience. If this content cannot be on TV or radio when there is reasonable risk of children being in the audience, then this content should not be in school libraries, somewhere that children are always the audience. Senate Bill 13 also proposes optional local school library advisory councils charged with overseeing school districts' acquisition of new materials and reviewing any challenged materials. If 20% of parents petition to have a council, the school board shall establish a school library advisory council. This council consists of parents, educators, and local community members who make recommendations for the inclusion of library materials in school libraries based on developmental appropriateness and community values. These councils are modeled after the school health advisory councils known as the SHAC. SHACs provide local oversight in selecting a school district's health curriculum to ensure that these materials not only meet state standards but also reflect local values. These principles are at the core of this proposed legislation. Additionally, Senate Bill 13 affirms that a parent has the right to access school records of the materials their child checks out from the school library. While some school districts already provide parents easy mechanisms for checking student library records, which promotes transparency and parental engagement, all school districts should provide such access. All parents should be afforded such transparency as they are the ultimate decider in all aspects of their child's education, including in the school library. And members, I do have a perfecting amendment.
Following amendment, clerk read the amendment.
Oh, sorry.
Amendment by Buckley.
Chair has Mr. Buckley.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this amendment I worked on with members of this body. This amendment would clarify that required curriculum and the supporting books and materials are not included in the definition of library materials. This amendment ensures that parents are notified if a book is challenged so that they have the opportunity to decide whether or not to include those on the list of books their child cannot check out. It also clarifies that a library council can recommend a library material be removed if it is deemed harmful, indecent, or profane, that is consistent with local community values, and whether or not it is age appropriate. And it clarifies that books of the same series would not have to go through the full acquisition review process, and I move adoption.